Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Kurt here from the Burnout RC Studios. It's been a little bit since I made a video. I'm making a new area to do some work and shoot some videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to waterproof some soft shell Lipo batteries. I've already got two of them done here. I'll zoom in on these in a minute. There's my fiance's Axial SCX10. There's my dingo there. And my slash. And some other stuff up there. Working on waterproofing my Mamba Monster ESC for that big Baja that I have. So I don't have to have all that stuff on it. Got some other batteries here, some little Lipos. I'll show you that. And the ESC out of that truck there is going to be waterproofed as well. Okay, here's this little battery here. This is a Turnigy Nanotech, small little 2-cell Lipo. That's going to be powering my winch for the front of my dingo. I've got a second one for it as well. Here's the ESC out of the my fiance's SCX10 dingo. It's the AE2 ESC. For those of you who don't know, you can run 3S Lipo on this, but you need a BEC in order to do so. If you don't have a BEC, then it's 2S Lipo Max. This is all done with a product called Plastidip. I'm sure many of you have heard of it. Works really good. Also, you're going to want to use some high temp disc brake wheel bearing grease. You also want to make sure it says highly water insoluble and washout resistant. Stuff's blue in color. Works really good for keeping your bearings waterproofed. Here's the Mamba Monster. What I did, because I was getting some bad connection issues, instead of just having the bullet connectors going into these plugs here, I just soldered them in. Hopefully that will reduce some of that bad connection cogging issue that I've been having. Here's how it looks close up. I've only got one coat on here right now. I'm going to put a second coat on. Where are we here? Focus. Right there. That's the second coat on the back of it there. That's how it looks when it's all done. Nice and hard. Abrasion resistant. It's meant for tools. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get yourself some good quality electrical tape. This one's Scotch brand. It's got a lot of elasticity to it, and the glue on the tape is very sticky. So don't cheap out on your electrical tape. You could probably use some other kind of tape, or you could even just Plastidip the entire battery itself, but the Plastidip's about 24 bucks for a half a liter. So kind of expensive. I've done quite a bit of stuff so far, but you want to protect that battery. One of the reasons why you're going to want to have some good quality electrical tape is so that you can get it around the corners, stretch it out a little bit. Now I got the ends taped up on the battery. You want to do a good job with this, and you just wrap the next bit around. Now the battery's all taped up. I just put one coat around of tape. See the ends here? Well, here. And then when you Plastidip it, you're just going to put a bunch of Plastidip here, all around here, and all around up here, up on the top, because you just want to make sure that where you've put the tape over and around the corners, nothing gets in there. And then same on the bottom, I Plastidip. You can kind of see it here where I've put the Plastidip all along. And then on this one, coated the top along to here, and then there. And then you're going to want to put some Plastidip. A lot of people put it in the end of this connector here, and some people even put them in there. So you don't want to shake this up because you'll get a bunch of air bubbles in it. You want to gently stir it. Don't be afraid to gob it on there, because it will shrink down once it dries. Just cover it. Perfect. It will drip if you're not careful. A little too much there. Pretty much any hardware store should have this stuff. Okay. I'm just going to let that dry now before I do any more. But here it is. It really looks really goopy and whatnot now, but that'll dry. Sorry, focusing. My camera doesn't automatically focus. It's not a camera really for doing too much video. It's more of a picture camera. Now this will void your warranty doing this, so do that at your own risk. Now unfortunately the ESC is just a little too big to actually get dunked right in there, so this one I'm going to have to just use the brush and thoroughly get into all the little nooks and crannies with it. Go ahead and blob it on there a bit. It will shrink down. Thinner you go also, the faster it dries, so just blob it on and kind of spread it around a bit. And there you have it. Once that dries, that'll all shrink down again, and I'll show you that when that's dry. Now here on the AE2, to get down in there on the other side of the capacitor, I'm just going to be using a zip tie. And just dip it in the dip here. Get a bit of a blob on there. And just push it down in there a bit. You want to leave the fins uncovered so the ESC can still cool itself. Just touching up a couple spots on the back here. Some little air bubble dimples. Just to be safe. Here it is here. Just touching up a couple spots. And that's how to Plastidip. Just going to take you off the tripod here for a minute. Show you my dingo. Got the Tekken system in it here. 45 turn motor. Got a Turnigy Smart 2 light system. You're going to want to be careful if you get that off Hobby King. It doesn't work properly with all radios. The turn signals don't like to work sometimes. I Plastidip. I put the radio in the box. Used Plastidip around the sides here to cover it all up. Put the ESC in a Traxxas radio box, in a waterproof radio box, and then just had to Dremel it out a little bit in here. and then put a bunch of hot glue in there, and then rub Plastidip all over it. And pretty much the same thing on this side here. Put hot glue and Plastidip all over it here to make it sealed. I already had this thing in a whole bunch. Oh, sorry. Here's the here's the BEC. Oops. Here's the BEC for it, because I run 3S Lipo. I just electrical taped it and then Plastidiped it, so that if I need warranty coverage, I can just remove all that electrical tape, and I still have a brand new, clean, unplastadipped BEC. So there it is there. I already had this thing up to about here in water today. All the electronics, everything were fully submerged. Same with that battery there. So it still works great. Plastidip's working real good. You want to make sure that you get all your bearings with that marine grease over there, so that your bearings don't rust and blow apart. Keep all your bearings in good working order with that grease all in the wheels and everything too. Inside the transmission, inside your diffs. But anyway, that's how you do it. Sorry, look at the viewfinder, get it focused. That's how you Plastidip. And I'll be making some videos of these axials running. My buddy's got a Wraith. Gonna do some shooting tomorrow, so hopefully get those up so you can check that out. Don't forget to don't forget to subscribe, comment, like. See you next time.